put that on my mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my back.
Oh, it's not really an intro to this video. I'ma just chip this on when I can, but this is the cats I have to take out. So far, all I took off was the shield over there. But my rear main seal is leaking, so I gotta change that shit. But we're about to take off these bolts right here. And then I sprayed some of the header bolts up there to get them shits out. I'm gonna take off the motor mount and go from there. Alright, so this is where we at now. All the fucking bolts broke out of this shit, but it's just whatever. I'm gonna find new bolts in there. I'm about to separate it. They should be separated for the most part.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now, if you loosen it from one of these brackets, it'll drop down. It's this. That's what's holding it. But we'll be back. Till then, I just sprayed the top, and we're just trying to get these shits out.
You got the same motor, right? Yep.
Alright, so we got the exhaust off now. Nigga, now, nigga, after I pick it up, come on, bro. Don't start with me.
So you don't have to do it.
I got it from me after I pick up the light. Alright, so we got the exhaust off. The exhaust is down over there. Had to take off the two little brackets. That bracket right there, that bracket right there.
No, he said, I think this might be it, bro.
This bolt is broke out in there, but it doesn't matter because we're changing the whole header system. And now we're about to take off the motor mount and shit and jack up the engine and to remove the motor mount and then get to these bolts. Alright, so this is a continuation from the last clip you seen. One thing I do want to note, because I watched a couple videos before doing this, and I'm the fifth person I've seen who had this issue. So if you're gonna put on some headers or turbo your car and you know you gotta take this motor mount out, just get one to replace it one time. Not gonna lie. Because when I was driving the car, the motor mount didn't seem bound, not gonna lie. Because I was driving this shit, the motor didn't even fucking move. But word, now that you see that we got the motor mount out of the way, we got more clearance to get to these bolts up there. They're gonna be a real fun time to get them bitches out, but for the most part, so far so good. No more complaints for real. The only thing that's being a bitch is this shit for real. Not gonna lie. But on to the next. Yeah, bro. This shit gonna be a real fun time. Fuck it. Look at these little shits. Basura.
Let's just fuck.
I don't even know. How long was it? How's it been?
What, since you've been working?
Yes.
About 11 o'clock.
Got one out. Still gotta take out this O2 sensor, but I'm gonna have to do this with like a 7/8. The socket wasn't working on that shit. I'm crying. You see that shit? Well, thank you, Jesus. I can't complain.
You can do his headers, guys.
So, just gotta get this other one. Now, this
Why
other
are you
one,
taking that one out?
it's gonna be easier because I have more space to get it out.
That's what I'm saying. You don't got a hole in it.
You'll just plug them in.
Word.
Well, you get this whole thing.
I had to move the compressor off of the bracket right here to get space to put heat on this front stud right here in the front because it's being a bitch to turn, so I had to heat it with the torch to turn it. But word, so far so good. Just patience, brothers. Can I get hot now? I got them bitches out. You know what I'm saying? You split the phone.
Fuck down.
Geo drive like
Oh, man. Damn, I don't have that motherfucking phone.
This leak is the rear main seal. But wait, I'm about to swap over the sensors and shit since this connectors is fucked up. From this one to this one. And we're get these bitches on, and then I'm gonna get a sound clipper with the open headers. Let me get to a backstory on why I ended up changing the headers, because my cats was clogged and it was causing my car to like misfire, and it was running like shit and smelling like fucking eggs. But in hindsight, I was just gonna wait to turbo the car, but you know, I can't run the clogged cats for, you know, but so long, or else it's gonna burn up my valves and cook the engine and shit. So I ended up scooping the headers from my big bro, you know what I'm saying, for the low. A fucking exhaust shop wanted to charge me $600 to cut this from here and fucking straight pipe it. And I was like, yo, fuck that, get my shit off the lift right now. You're fucking bugging, like, dead ass. Like, and then, like, I felt disrespected too, cause like that nigga took me for a fool. Like, he thought he was about to get somebody. He was like, nah, homie, take my car off the lift, bro. Dead ass. Got these shits for a fucking $100, putting that shit on for free by myself. I'm saying it helped from the homies and shit in the old head. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're mechanically inclined, you could do it wholeheartedly. The only hard part for real is some of the main studs is a bitch. I would say to heat it, like what they're doing over there with the O2 sensors, and you know, use a little PB blaster and shit like that, and just take your time with this shit. Like, you can't rush this job whatsoever. If I intended to rush this job, I would have broke at least 3 or 4 bolts. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I had to take my time with this shit, give this shit some tough love. You know what I'm saying? Take it spliff by spliff, bolt by bolt. You know what I'm saying? But word. I can see references, like, it's obviously an upgrade. Look at these little ass diameter headers compared to these big shits. The stock booty performance. Wholeheartedly, you know, I wanted to put a turbo on this John, but you know, God's will. This summer, put a nice size turbo on this shit. Just make this shit more reliable. Cause this car has been good to me, not gonna lie. Like, the cats is like, since the cats is clogged and shit, that shit causing whole other issues, like overheating issues, fucking false knock. I mean, you thinking the engine is knocking and shit, and like the shit started smoking too, like, cause these dumbass cats. But like, you know, God's will. Put these shits back in. I'll get a tune in a few. You know what I'm saying? And word. Hopefully this shit sound alright. I might delete the stock exhaust is over there. I might delete one of the stock resonator or the muffler. One of those two I might delete. Probably the muffler, but I'm thinking probably the resonator. And then, you know, put in something on fixing the exhaust situation and have it hanged up, because right now currently the fucking exhaust is hanging off the car. But word, they're currently taking off the O2 sensors to put it on this, and then it'll be alright. Let's get back to it. This is where we're at now. We ended up wiring this one because the O2 sensor had gotten stripped, taking it out on the old one. So we wired the ones that came into these headers with the harness from the old header, from the old O2 sensor. Sorry, I'm high. But these bolts are going right now. We're just gonna tighten these again. We didn't get a chance to put in these, but wholeheartedly, I was thinking about it. But on the website from I'm gonna get a Rev Match Motorsports tune, and they delete the rear O2 sensors. So hopefully, God's will, I don't have to put one in there. I can just keep it in like that. Or thank you, Crazy. You're just gonna tighten these again. Throwing bitches in there. Call it a fucking day. Alright, and get a open header startup for you guys, and then bolt up back the shit that we fucking took off. And word, and see how this bitch sound with the fucking stock booty exhaust. I also did clean off the bolts, because I'm gonna use the stock bolts. I cleaned these bolts off on a brush wheel. So if you are gonna use back the stock bolts, I suggest cleaning them off so you don't have a hard time putting them back on, and I suggest lubing them up when you're putting them back in. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have a hard time, because they put up a good fight. I'm not even gonna lie, put up a good fight. So I just clean them up to put them back in. So when I'm ready to go turbo in the future, I'll have no problem taking them out, and then I'll upgrade them in the future. You know, God's will, when I got it like that. But while to put them on, let's get back to it.
You just trying to lock it so you can zoom that shit down and still see the gap.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're almost on it. Closing in right now.
The compressor line on the AC compressor. You didn't have to take it off for real, but like, I don't know. I just did it because there was no fucking gas in the compressor, so, and it was easier for me. So what? Only ran these ones, these O2 sensors. They got one gasket for that shit. That shit's on my left floor. That shit right there. Put that shit on that shit. Call it a day on that shit. I'm gonna put the stock exhaust on. Just hear what it sound like. Well, first I'm gonna hear the open headers, and then I'm gonna put the stock exhaust on with every resonator and every muffler on there. See how it sound, and then just to get a sound clip and shit, and then I'm gonna cut it off. What? But I did do my quote unquote. I don't even know what you call that. Oh my, yes, my secondary air pump delete. That, but I didn't really do it the way people normally do it. But this is how I did it. I just put a big ass bowl in there. This is the same pump that it came. Well, I don't even know what the fuck this do, but this was part of the secondary air pump system. And since I didn't have the cap to cover the, I think it's the EGR or whatever the fuck that shit is down there. I didn't have the plate to cover it, so I just put this bolt on here to block off the airway. This bolt right here, and this bolt right here is sealed shut because it got hot and it melted together. So it's this one right here, the other end that goes to the intake manifold. So for the most part, it should be easy. But word, this is what the fucking cats was doing to my shit. This is new gaskets. Y'all seen this shit? I just put this valve cover on. The cats, since it was clogged, the back pressure was seeping back up through the head of the engine. Not the head, but the valve cover, I should say, because you see, look, this is all from the back pressure of the exhaust fumes not being able to pass through the full exhaust. You know what I'm saying? So it has to escape from somewhere. But word, you about to get a startup just now for y'all as soon as they finish putting up the bolts on there. Word, let's just get back to it. Thank God, I'm just happy all of the bolts came out and they didn't break. You know what I'm saying? Besides the two bolts at the bottom, those are replaceable. The ones in the head, they're replaceable, but at a very fucking high cost. And I was not trying to deal with that shit, gangster. But word, we'll get back to y'all when the startup. But y'all, this is the open header first start, cold start. This is another cold start with the stock exhaust. Oh, it's quiet. It's quiet. Yeah, I like that. It's quiet. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, that shit is foggy. Hold on. Let it get some motion in. I got an exhaust leak because there's no gaskets or nothing, but that's able to situate. How long? This is like a little outro to the video. I know there's not really much sound clip of the car after the fact of the headers installed. It's just, mad other stuff going on with the car. Like, there's a big coolant leak coming from underneath the intake manifold, and I have fuel cut codes from having a fucked up fuel pump. So the car isn't running, like, really how it should. Like, and the fuel pump code is causing, like, a fucking misfire and shit. So, when I situate that, then, I'll give y'all a POV drive of how the car sounds and shit. But word till then, stay tuned. If you guys want to know, like, the car does sound, somewhat decent. But I also do have an exhaust leak that I do have to situate because, it's just a short time frame. In the video, as y'all can hear, the guy, I told you guys, that the guy quoted me $600 and I was not having that at all. not gonna lie. So, you know, I sorted the headers for my brother. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the lower exhaust manifold gaskets. He had the upper header gaskets that go on the engine head. So, you know, that's just the main one. That's the, you know, the most important one to put on for right now. And then I'll situate the bottom 2 gaskets later on. And then, but till then, just stay tuned. Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If this video get 100 likes, I'll do a POV drive on that Chevy Nova that you guys see in the video. But stay tuned to the next video.
You know you the coldest, man. You know you the coldest.